Stop being gay, Chris.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Drake and Jimmy Jew Show. My name is Drake Peterson, and that over there is the ludicrous Jimmy Jew. And as always, we are joined by our producer, Christopher McCone. You can find us on Instagram and TikTok at Drake and Jimmy Jew or drakeandjimmyjew.com. And today, we have the most interesting rapper in the world. Not only can this guy rhyme in English, but he can also rhyme in Hebrew, Yiddish, and Spanish. One day he's the Bunny Rabbi, and one day he's Moses. You can catch him alongside legends like Snoop Dogg, Matisyahu, the late DMX, and I guarantee that if you've spent time on Instagram, you've for sure seen him on someone's page. Joining us from the promised land is the man that puts the Tov in Mazel Tov. Please welcome the very kosher, the very talented Kosha Dillz.
Wow, that's an amazing intro.
Right?
Have you ever introduced anyone like that on the show before?
Really good at
I was
this.
looking at the guests. I was like, I don't know if that was great. Did you write that down? Because I need that.
I did.
Website.
I did, yeah.
He will be charging for that later. Yeah.
I'll send it over.
What's going on, man? Thanks for having me on the show.
Hell yeah. How's this Instagram stuff working out for you?
Well, just Instagram. You know, I was just thinking. I think I started Instagram in 2013, but now I'm really, just because that was the next thing. I was rapping during MySpace, so we were like, oh, it's Instagram, Instagram. And I remember going on tour with, Matisyahu and like being like, let's freestyle about Instagram, and then everyone will be like, hey, follow him on Instagram or Facebook, or Twitter, Now it's going awesome. Look, I found you guys,
That's
through
right.
Instagram, and now and we were kind of like interconnected before, because I was telling Chris I definitely rapped with Iration before at some show somewhere along the way, and here we are. So
when was that? That must have been before my time.
I want to say I think I sat in with Iration. Either it could have been it wasn't Savannah, Georgia, but where's University of Georgia with the Bulldogs? Where's that? It's not Atlanta.
Oh, that's like in the Carolinas, I think, right? Charleston or something. Let's see.
No, it's not Charleston, but it was definitely at one of the theaters down there. I think it was like a tour with Revolution, and I was, in town on tour. And I'm like, oh, maybe I could sit in with Revolution or Iration, or it was either there or maybe Teaneck once. I think there's a venue in Teaneck, and it's a jam culture. So like, just come sit in and spit a verse, in an hour and a half set. Why not,
Yeah. Where you calling from?
Huh?
Where you at right now?
I'm in Brooklyn, Promised Land of Brooklyn, New York.
Promised Land, Brooklyn.
The Promised Land.
Yeah.
That's where you do most of your videos when you're on the streets, dressed up like Moses and stuff.
Yeah, man. I like it. I'm sure it looks like everyone's really liked it too.
Oh, everybody liking it. How many hits you get on that?
The original one, which is on What Is New York, got like, I think it's at 475,000, and then Jizza posted it, and then there's a bunch of other pages that posted, like yours. I got like 25. My page has 30, and then had it on Facebook, Twitter got 40,000. So closing up to like 750, probably around there, with everything.
Nice.
The original part of it, which wasn't seen, was I had the Pharaoh, and we originally wanted to do something called Passover on Ice, like a fake musical. So we went ice skating at Bryant Park, and we had the staff, and we wanted to walk around with like the staff, and it was 80 degrees in New York. And I'm like, so I had my buddy, that was like the unseen video. It only had like 8,000, but I'm like, that was like the real shit. I was like, Passover on Ice. I wanted to make it like a musical. So now I'm like, talking to people from Broadway and stuff, and they were like, well, we love Moses. And I'm like, yes. This is what you got to do. Got to go ice skating when it's 80 degrees. In New York. Fucking be like, what the fuck is happening to you? What's happening to New York? And that's like the culture of New York is like right now. It's like if it's extremely weird, we like it. That's what I think like New York is.
That's fucking badass.
Yeah. I miss New York, man. Holy shit. I used to love touring in New York. Fuck.
The original ones I was doing was me rapping in a blizzard. So like that all started where it was on Hanukkah, and I rapped at like a life-size menorah. It was like a 15-foot menorah in Brooklyn, and it was a blizzard. I mean, it was like a 2-foot blizzard, and you're like, there's some guy rapping in a blizzard. And people are like, New York is back. Fuck, like we're coming back, man. We're crazy. And so I started thinking, I'm like, all right, this this is my new calling, you know. Less like no one cares about your edited videos anymore.
That's
Right.
a life-size menorah. I didn't know there was a life-size version of menorahs.
Well, you know, I have a small one, but well, not, you know, that wasn't a Freudian slip. I have a nice size menorah, but in the streets there's a like a.
I'd love to see your menorah.
Thank you.
Yeah, right. Thanks, Drake. That's all we needed.
They have public lightings and stuff, so I just saw one and I was like, oh, I definitely have to just rap by this. And you know, menorah, you know, like Hanukkah is like the hot time for Jewish rappers. When I touring with Matisyahu, like Hanukkah was like the big time shows where we would do shows, and this year there were no shows, so that was
Yeah,
fun.
nothing. New York, so Brooklyn, everything's still shut down, or is it opening back up?
No,
again?
that's why I just moved here. Like I was like, you know, LA is cool, but I don't really, I'm more of like a renegade dude, you know. I'm more like, I like renegade stuff, like what I've been doing in the streets, and it's very celebrated in New York. And in the summer, there was, it was just kind of, people were outside, everyone had the mask, but bands were playing. And I was like, yo, this is a great time to move to New York. Plus, everything was half the price because the entire city left, stopped paying rent.
Right.
So I like just left LA, just got rid of all my stuff and drove across America, which we've all done before. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it looked like you were in Koreatown, which is very close to where I live.
yeah, man, I was the #1 Jewish rapper in Koreatown.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's all about the fucking K-beebs, the Korean barbecue. That's what I do. I love when things were open back in 20 however many years ago that was. We would always go to Korean barbecue, get the meat
Yeah.
sweats.
And they have the Korean saunas, you know, like the bathhouses and stuff where you could go. It's like 24 hours and you could go sweat it out.
Is that happy ending or no?
No, those are a little bit more expensive than the ones I went to, but mine, yeah, and you could go in there and like $25, you shower, you could sleep, you could be in there and you steam, saunas, all kind of different saunas, and you could get like ramen noodles for like $7 at like a little bar. And yeah, called We Spa. You gotta check out. You know We Spa?
I've heard of it. I've never actually been there before. I do know some people that it's like a cruising spot, but I don't know if
Yeah, I'm sure there's definitely, you know, there's plenty to cruise over there, but it's like they have tons of them, and you know, that's what K-Town was kind of known for, like if like by like gentrified people. They're like, oh, I'd like to go to the spas. I want to go to the spa, you know, and it's kind of like it's a cheap spa.
Huh.
yeah, it's time for us. Jimmy,
I don't know if
next time-
Jimmy would go.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm
if there's a happy ending, Jimmy's there.
from a female, yeah.
Well, no, they literally like scrub you down. I've seen people go and they like, it's like this
Those are the massage.
they just fucking go to town, man.
Oh yeah, I've been there with happy endings.
The key is just to be happy, you know. Before
Right.
you don't need that. You don't want to end. Just be happy.
I want to leave happy too, you know.
All right.
You know? Hey, bitch, just ain't gonna work itself out. You know?
So can you tell our listeners a little bit about like who you are in terms of like who are some of your influences, and if they've never heard you rap, like what they can expect?
Okay, so probably people. You want me just to rap right off the bat? So just get into it already.
Go for it. I also
Okay.
have videos too. If you want, we can show some of those too. Or why don't you start this way and then we can evolve.
Okay. All right. I spit a little flow for the Drake and Jimmy show, but a Jew inside there, and I had to let him know this is really little role if I'm getting into hope, and even if the happy endings get you into soap. I'm not just into dope, so I never had to shoot it. See, I'm all around the world, and I'm really making music, so I'm feeling so great when I freestyle, feeling hate. That's why I voted in America, because I actually been to 50 states. For music getting stupid, and I'm really kind of fly. I heard Jimmy messes with the dude J Boogs in Hawaii, and I know that I want to kick it down for a couple hipsters hanging out with Drake in a town that's Peterson. Believe in him, even if you believe in sin. See him on the weekend things. Don't even listen to the weekend kid. Every time I speak a bit, feeling like a scare, but take off my hat. Me and Jimmy have the same haircut. Yes, town, I don't feel no shame because it's all about hair on the back and no road gain. See, I got fame and I'm hitting like okay. Toured with Matisyahu, introduced to reggae, trying to get paid. Hey, see him on the beat. If I don't get paid in venues, I take it to the street. I could ice skate, dress up as Moses in the sound, and they could say, "Yo, that's Kosha Dillz. He hold it down from the underground sound. If you want to go get it in." I heard this is live streaming on YouTube and Twitch. You should represent. I feel fly to it. Yes, I'm fly and I'm Jewish, and I hope you guys all online subscribe to my music. Hey, let's go.
That's good shit. Damn, that was right off
Bam,
the
bam, bam.
yeah, right.
Right off the
Bow, bow,
dome.
bow.
Just a quick intro for me. My name's Rami, but people know me as Kosha Dillz. I've been doing music since 2005. I got introduced really to the world by, doing rap battles in New York City in the late 90s, where the main goal was to basically defame somebody else. And whatever way you could say you were having sex with their mother was like the highest of regard.
Right.
I'm just being honest. Like,
Yeah, no, it's true shit.
the world has gotten extremely nice, and that was it. It was just like really disrespectful, and that's like what it was about. I am built for music because I think I wrestled my whole life. So I was a D1 wrestler, turned ex-convict, former drug addict, drug dealer, and then I got sober, been clean for 16 and a half years and started making music, releasing it. And then Matisyahu introduced me to the world, like on a large stage.
Sick.
And
Love Modest.
Yeah.
and I came into like really the rap world, jumping at like 2009. I won the Hot 97 rap battle, and from there toured with RZA from Wu-Tang Clan, made music with him, became a playable video game character in NBA 2K, had a big Super Bowl commercial, which made me a lot of money in 2012. And then I had this rap battle you guys seen with DMX that was in the BET Cypher through RZA, and did Warp Tour. So I got introduced to the Warp Tour scene and more tours with Matisyahu, which introduced me to more reggae people. And up till today, 2021, where I'm dressing up as a Bunny Rabbi or Moses, and really just taking a couple steps back and reanalyzing things. And I've been more successful in the past 2 weeks dressing up as Moses as I has in my entire career. But
Shut up, really.
I got more views doing that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And any of the other shit. So, I'm filled with humility. My big shit is like, be honest, be yourself, and no one is like me out there. So I'm not really in competition with anyone else. And just trying to connect any way I can, man. And if that means dressing up as Moses or the Bunny Rabbi, or rapping in a tuxedo in a blizzard, that's what I'm willing to do.
And where do you get your outfits at? You have your outfits custom made for you.
Yeah, at this point, I got them in here in my closet, and I started ordering. And my homie Blake Banks, who's a rapper who I've known for many years, and this dude has songs with. We're both successful. Like, he has songs with Post Malone before Post Malone was the biggest he is, and we're like, yo, what do you do? Like, we've done so much, but like, how do you connect besides making music, right? It's like, what's the chance that Drake or Jimmy's gonna be like, oh, I found your music today and I'm just gonna listen to it? And you just gotta do shit, and that's
Get your
gonna
name out
challenge people. Yeah, and you think like I remember the rapping with DMX, and like I didn't think that was as important as being in the BET Cypher, because I was rapping with RZA, and I was like, all right, it's rapping with DMX, but you just don't know like what means the most. So as you're planting seeds along the way, I thought, rapping with Matisyahu might have been the biggest thing, or like at a certain time, everything was always the biggest thing to me. And I think now I'm always just trying to do the next big thing for what is big for me. You know what I'm saying? And that day I was like, I need to fucking dress as Moses. And it worked. You know what I'm saying? And it got me here, you know what I'm saying? And then someone gonna see this and be like, yo, I want Moses to perform at my festival.
Yeah.
You
or
know
my
what I'm
wedding.
saying?
Or my wedding.
Yeah. And now like you guys have been on tours, and now I'm like, ooh, when I go back on tour, like all the outfits are coming with me. Like everything's coming, and it's it's gonna be a circus. Like I'm little, so
That's fucking awesome.
I'm thrilled, and people are like, you need to dress up as this guy, and I'm just like, dude, this is like, I'm ready for it,
And no one else is doing it. That's the best part. You're like, you are the OG of it.
Yeah, yo, literally. I mean, if you think about it, like MF Doom, right? Like MF Doom had a mask on, and rest in peace to MF Doom. And this guy he's a great rapper and a great producer, but really his mask made him big, you know. And I was thinking, what actors, right? What actors are similar? So I met Dave Bautista through the RZA on this tour. Do you guys remember the movie The Man with the Iron Fist?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Dave Bautista, you know, WWE champ, and then Dave Bautista did Guardians of the Galaxy, right? So but he's not really a person. He's like a superhero monster, like, or you know, some special character. And ultimately, like, yeah, I would love for everyone to listen to like my love songs, but like if that means I have to dress up as a character to entertain them to get attention, then so be it. You know what I'm saying? So you know, you just have to do the part, you know. And I think
Do you have any characters that you have preparing for the future? Like anything that we can, learn about, some inside information?
yes, National Space Day. Well, you know, I'm gonna be, you know, rapstronaut, and I have a
Rapstronaut.
song. I
Yes.
have yeah, I have a music video with Gangsta Boo from 36 Mafia.
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah, Juicy J and them, and she's with Run that she does stuff with Run the Jewels as well. She's like the unofficial third member, and I'm like, we just talked, and like I was like, oh, National Space Day is the first week of May, so let's release this music video that we did, which we're both going to space, and we're like rapping in a SpaceX and like on Mars, and there's like monster worms like attacking us and shit, and I'm like, let's, you know, I'm gonna rap on the street as an astronaut and use that to promote the video, you know what I'm
Right.
saying, and try to get, you know, associated with NASA. Obviously. They need me. They need
They need
you.
shit.
They need a rapstronaut. There's never been a rapstronaut before.
Exactly. So why not
That's
be the
great.
best one? Yeah, because she'll be a gangster not.
A gangster not. That's
Yeah.
Jimmy.
Yeah.
Put by Floyd or something.
Well, we had a flat earther on, and he was like saying like Disney and NASA are like in cahoots together, and basically like space isn't a real thing, and like yada yada yada. So, I mean, if that were the case, then there's no such thing as a rapstronaut. But I think you're gonna prove everybody wrong with that, right?
Yes.
Yeah. No, I mean, we were definitely on the moon and Mars, and there's life on both of those places. You know, there's life on both of those planets, I think. So listen, that's my next. I was just thinking that's my next one. But for 4th of July, I'm gonna do. I was gonna do, instead of Uncle Sam, Uncle Shmuel. Like I always try to put a Jewish twist on my
Right,
characters.
right. That's awesome.
But I was like, man, it's gonna be like offensive because I know a lot of, which obviously I'm not against offending certain people, but like what is true. But I'd rather be Captain America Kosha. I think is like safe.
Yes.
Be fun, yeah. Captain America Kosha, you know. So I want people to be able to like reference that and, you know, be able to come back to Kosha Dillz. So I was like Captain America Kosha. But if you guys got any ideas, you know, let me know.
Well, I know you had some questions for Jimmy about his Judaism.
Oh,
Yes,
I don't talk
yeah,
about it.
Jimmy,
I don't talk
tell
about it
me.
on here. I don't talk about it on here.
Oh, you don't? Oh, you don't
No.
talk about any of it?
Nothing. No.
Nothing. What do you talk
I don't-
about?
I like vagina. I like women. I mean, now I have a girlfriend. I do have a girlfriend now. So
Okay. So you gotta be tastefully talking about it.
yes, tastefully talking about vagina
he has to respect the
and
vagina.
happy endings and yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
well,
boats
let me ask
knows.
you, but is your family Jew? I guess family is Jewish. I guess.
Yeah, we don't talk about that on here.
Okay, we don't talk about it.
Oh,
God
Well, I'd
damn.
love to. I would love to know.
Okay.
I mean, listen, I would say, but you know, listen, you know, if you're a good representation for the Jews, I think
Definitely not.
no. Wait, but why
Definitely
not? No, well, I'll give you here. This is my ask. If people say like, well, people say kosher. Are you kosher? You know, so I'll tell you a little about the identity of Kosha Dillz. So when I was like locked up for the short times I was, everyone was going to see a priest or whatever that like, so they would get out of like the pod. And I really didn't like doing anything Jewish because my family's Israeli. So my full name is Rami Matan Evanesh. So I like hip hop is all about, you know, representing your shit. Like just rep your shit. I'm from New
Right.
Jersey. I'm Israeli. And, you know, and that's what's up. So if you like listen to the DMX thing, I'm like Rosh Hashanah, marijuana, Israel. I'm always like repping Israel. Like nothing specifically about Israel or any facts of it. I just put it out there, you know. Just like reggae music always references to Zion, right? Bob Marley's Zion, you know, just throwing it in there casually because that's what reggae is sort of built off of. So, but my first record label was called Matzah for Your Mouth Records. It was like if you ever send me a PayPal, it'll be like just send to Matzah for Your Mouth Records, and it was a matzah ball. It was like a gangster matzah ball with a yarmulke eating a
Right.
piece of matzah. It was sort of, I don't even know what that is, cannibalism, sort of.
It's fucking
And-
brilliant, is what it is.
And
Yeah.
thank you. I appreciate the fucking acknowledgement, guys. And my idea was, what I thought of a great Jewish identity was that, like, I loved the Jewish guy in Goodfellas. He was like a sleazeball, and he rolled with all the Italians, and he was like the baddest gangster, and he was kind of like, I don't know, he was like sleeping with multiple women, and he was just he was a kind of like a scammer, but it was like a different thing as an identity of a character, like a Bugsy Siegel, or the
Yeah.
guy, or the Jewish guy in Sopranos. And when I was still dealing drugs and stuff like that, and before 2004, like that's in my mind in New Jersey, because in New Jersey's filled with Italian Americans and Jews and Irish people, and that's
Yeah,
basically it.
that's what made it up pretty much.
Um, and so that's how I thought. So my original influences were Necro and Ill Bill, and Necro's like gangster Jewish, like that's what his thing is about, and he raps very about similar tastes to what Jimmy has. And then Matisyahu, who was like the polar opposite, it was like talking about ascending all the time. And I was like in the middle because I wanted to be like a tough Jew that, like, if I got into a street fight, like I wanted to make sure that you would get your ass kicked by Kosha Dillz, and like I stand by that. Like, and like, because I wrestled, so I really liked competition. As someone
Yeah.
who was talking shit, I wanted to be like that, and I sort of enjoyed the confrontation, and that's a lot of, but it's changed as over time. But that's how my Jewishness was like. I want to be strong identity, and if someone talks shit about Jews, I want to be the first to say something, and
And be able to
that's
back it up.
exactly. And I think
So
that's what my
were you
father.
born here or Israel?
I was the first one born in America.
First generation.
Yeah. My brothers were born in Israel. My parents, my dad was born in Transylvania, and as they immigrated because all the Jews were fleeing all the socialism, communism shit, and they went to Israel. So
What Drake and them were trying to vote for here.
oh yes,
Excuse
yes.
me, Jimmy. Absolutely not. I will not be labeled as that. Take it
Yeah.
back.
Biden supporters, socialism
Take it back.
lovers. Yeah.
God.
I think when you think about politics, and I always have an explanation to people like who my parents voted for. I'm like, you didn't have somebody move into your house, you know what I'm saying, when you were like in these countries, and that's what they think, and so like Jews that come from these places are very strict about that. That's what they think, and I just have different points of view, and I'm happy I voted because I was actually in Israel when Trump won in 2016, and like saw what was like the perspective of the American view, what was happening, and then in 2020 seeing it here in New York, totally different. So music connects so many people, and as you
Yeah, it
guys
does.
know, touring, when you go to these places, you can't really pick and choose your fans. You got some fans that vote one way, some fans
Yep.
that vote another way, but if they
Oh,
fuck
yeah.
with you, they fuck with you. And I try to respect that. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm that's the joy of going to Alaska or Montana, and then you just don't know who's your big supporters.
And it
My
doesn't
biggest
matter,
My biggest supporters
Yeah.
really aren't even Jewish, honestly. They're like punk rock dudes that think being a Jewish rapper is fucking badass because
Right.
they never seen it before. I've had a lot of bikers that really fuck with my stuff too, which is cool because I think, the wrestling is like my renegade thinking, like having a harder background is like that people respect it, and I think that's it. People going for their shit and no one supporting them. I think people really get behind that idea that this guy's dressing up as Moses to rap in the street, like that's cool. You know what I'm
And
saying?
that takes balls too.
People respect balls.
Yeah,
I
people
think
respect balls. Drake loves balls.
I love balls.
Drake loves balls, but
Chris looks
I
like he
think
wants to
Drake
too.
loves balls. Jimmy respects
Yo.
balls. Chris also respects balls.
Did you get any pushback or anyone like get mad at you for dressing up like Moses and rapping at all?
Yeah, do you get haters out there, like on the streets?
Yes.
Really?
But like, it's just different. The other day, if you guys like look into this live, I just took it down a little bit because it was like I really try to keep it PC because I am like a big catalyst for like I do a lot of kids stuff and stuff like that, as much as I do adult stuff.
Us
So
too.
I saw it and I almost got into a fight as Moses on the street.
Shut
Oh.
up.
Brooklyn the other night, which is like kind of my spot at 7th and Bedford by the taco truck. I come as Moses. And,
Come walk up. Hey, Moses, what's up?
You part the
so
seas.
yeah, and people are like tripping out that this is happening. And some dude comes down and he's like, I'm trying to go to bed. And it's like 12:30. And he's like some hipster dude that lives in Brooklyn that has to go to sleep and wake up at 2. Now I'm thinking, where do you have to go to work at 3 a.m? So he comes down talking shit, no mask, completely barefoot. And it's like people are watching me. And he's like very abrasive. Now I'm all about like if someone's like, if I'm outside Jimmy's place and he comes down, he's like, yo, do you mind do you mind turning it down a little bit, like, or whatever? Because I understand what you're doing, like, respectfully. But he came out barking. I said, yo, I'll stop, whatever. And then he comes back down again with his girl. And like, now he brought his girl into it. And he's smoking a joint and, like, kind of just coming out angry smoking. This is like 20 minutes later, and I already told him to stop. And then he starts screaming, and then the whole block is like the people that are watching were like super hood, right? So they were like, they're like, I turned on him, and then they were like, we got you, Moses. We go fucking
We got you, Moses.
They're disciples, doggy.
Yeah, right? You're disciples.
So I thought, I was like, yo, listen, my man. I was like, if you didn't come here, bark, bark, bark. And I'm like, wah, 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 wah. I'm like, we're good. But now you brought your girl out here, which is just disrespectful to her. And now she's caught in it. And you're not going to bed. You're literally smoking weed. So you're definitely not falling asleep.
You're not going to work, hopefully stoned. Like,
Yeah. So, but street performing in general at night, you're going to get someone who wants to rap. You're going to get someone who wants to make you stop. And then there are people online. The most people that do hate on it because there's are usually Jewish people, because they're like, oh, I don't know, he's doing something. And, and you're like, the people that hate on it, if anyone has enough time to hate on you, they're probably spending more time thinking about what they're going to say. And you know what? I don't even got time for it. Like, and I'm practicing on not engaging people that hate on me, because I spend way too much time, like, paying attention. I have a 99 supporters, and then I pay attention to the one person or two people that hate on you. So, specifically about the DMX thing, the people that hate on me, like, were both. I wouldn't say there's both. There's a couple, but it's like, oh, I'm like, bro, I rapped with DMX in a back alley in Brooklyn, rapping about Jewish stuff with DMX, and they were also Jewish. And I'm just thinking, like, yo, this is like a historical moment in history that I'm like, I even get a chance to even say I was part of it, and I wasn't even promoting it like that. And people say shit. I'm like, you could hate on whatever, but if people have time to hate, you're just doing the right thing.
Right.
That's it. And like, I could only imagine people could hate on you I don't have like really bad qualities. Like, I have my personal shit, but as far as like what I stand for publicly, I think I'm a pretty decent dude. I show up early, stay late, try to bust my ass,
Was there any videos of that DMX one?
I have it right here. I'm going to play it now for all of us. Ding, ding, ding.
Oh, I'm going to bring it live. Here we go.
Here we go, baby.
It's you and I, the mind zone from mind bone crackberry, the act very scary, out of the ordinary, blueberry, strawberry, the blackberry. Understand and demand the flow, superstar in the Jewish car, the proven art, respect for division, the first kid with a yarmulke on black entertainment television, something to tell your children, making moves for millions, while all these ducks sound the same like Uncle Scrooge's children. This kind of flow is improbable, flow is probably gotta be when I win the lottery. I'm mixing the matzo ball soup with the collard greens. The flow is real, from details, been real, the county jail in Israel, stress, whether that's A, B, C, Z, Y to the X, fresh, Ronnie Evanesh, gold like treasure chest. If I put it finesse, it's off the flow, no name, the John Doe flow, roll game, home pain. I've been doing this since Arizona, making no name. From Arizona to Indiana to Montana, from Indians throwing their hands up with the country grammar for rapper, the rapper mixed with Wu-Tang and yo gabba gabba. I can slap it backwards with the laughter if you fat it. Pardon me, please. I got over the cream. My bad, I went over some 16.
Get him.
This little dude be rapping.
I got swag
Lil
dripping
Wop.
off me. How did it
He's
get
the
cold?
son of the founder
Shower
of
every
Rough
day and I
Riders.
can't get it off.
Who's next to
As
him?
far as I go, I'm unique. Yeah, I know that everything I wear you gon' critique. What I'm wearing on my feet, something flavor I'll get fleet. The mall is like Twitter. How do y'all follow me? I'm yelling sorry to my fans when I'm
Got
ducking
this like on a
TMZ.
Blackberry.
No matter what I do, they can never let it be. and I can never diss y'all. Competition, listen, I'm staying in my spot. I plan on keeping my position, and that's it number one. For fun, so I came here. I'm trying to do the album and the movie in the same year. Double hours back, we gonna give you what you're missing. Turn my music up, now I need for you to listen. And if you pay attention, it ain't hard for you to find me. I just started doing this. My daddy had to sign me. Yeah.
Best way to cross me is to tiptoe. Cause I'm a firecracker from the get-go.
Go.
Man, I let shit go. Always been a beast, but when I was younger, just didn't understand my hunger. Didn't know that I could make it rain at the same time as the thunder. Pressure, that's what I kept niggas under. Cats know what it is. Ain't no nigga had to wonder what would make you a jacket in the summer. Bummer. Put money brains on the dash of the Hummer. It's like niggas is getting dumber. I don't give a fuck. However you want to do it, just put it in the air. Just get to it. Do it. Built from the ground up. Knew wasn't shit fair. Headed the wrong way and running to get there. Keeping it real, you must change the name quick. That's what you want. We used to call that bullshit.
Oh shit.
That's how you bite a
Get
nigga
that.
head
Get
off.
some of that, Bill.
That's how you bite a nigga
Some
head
of
off.
that, Bill. Who about that light?
Oh, are we doing this?
Yeah, Bill,
What are we doing?
I
kicked that butter.
Dude, that was sick.
Yeah. So that's on my YouTube if you dig back like 9 years, the original video, and then a couple posts back on my Instagram, like 3 on the Kosha Dillz Instagram. It's a little bit shorter version, and I hope Jimmy puts it up, and there'll be some versions there, so we'll have it in the community. But yeah, I mean, that was like one of the most epic verses that I mean, DMX fucking killed it. I mean, he just, and the ending of what he said, which I can't repeat as you know what I'm saying, like was like 100% facts that he was he just decided to start battling me and just pummeling me basically. And forever, I think that's a moment in history like that is gonna change my life for the next years, because people are gonna show that. Like it doesn't have to be promoted. You know what I'm saying? Like you'll send this and be like, yo, watch Kosha Dillz rap with DMX. Like just watch this. And they're gonna be like,
DM had that special voice too.
he has that voice. And he was so wasted that night. I remember he walked into this battle. I mean, we're in like an abandoned building where they're doing this filming in Brooklyn. Like it's just it's kind of shady, which was just epic. But obviously Beats, he was there filming, and it was Riz's cipher, and he was promoting the Man with the Iron Fist. And this was like, it's all done, and we were just exiting. And I went up to DMX, and I'm like, yo, you know, I was the guy that was with the cipher with RZA. And you know, I was rapping in Hebrew and stuff with like a yam, and he's like, "You rhyme, spit something," and like just that, like that's what he did, and I literally was like, "British Israel kicktails, fucking blah blah blah, rock and roll, fucking blah blah blah." I was like, I didn't even breathe. If you guys heard it, I didn't even breathe the first time. The second part of it, I really killed it, but I thought to myself, "Wow, like." I can't believe this is happening. And, you know, I just got in touch with all the guys that were in that video, because Lil Wah is the son of Joaquin, who is Big Wah, who was the founder of Rough Riders. So these dudes are like going through it. You know what I'm saying? They're like, Lil Wah was like, you know, by default part of the Rough Riders. Who's a young kid now. He's like 18, 19, 20 or something like that. And, you know, the guy, Bill Ray, who was just about to rap, like I had their email still in my phone. You know what I'm saying? It transfers over. And just trying to like connect, like, because everyone knows kind of thing happened. And Vlad TV posted it, and I was like, wow, people are really like loving it. So it's just, you know, it's a cool moment in history that, you know, there's a lot of DMX stuff out there right now, and this is just my little piece of history that's part of it, really, you know. And I would say he was the coolest dude. He gave people time. Like I talked to him multiple times in random places where I met him, and he always like spoke. He didn't brush people off.
Yeah. There was actually one time I used to play in this R&B band, like probably 10 years ago, and there would always be, you know, different artists would come through. Most of the time they would come and, you know, play, and they'd do one of their songs with the house band. But this particular time he didn't want to do anything, but he came up to us after, like in the green room, and he just started talking to us, and he was really chill, man. Like he was so nice. He was just so respectful. I didn't really expect it. I didn't really know, because all of this stuff, it just, you know, it sounds like he's not yelling, but I don't know, he's just so intense. But when he was
Yeah.
just like talking to us and it was so chill, I was like, this is this is crazy. So
Gave a lot of opportunity for like younger rappers to rap for him,
yeah,
which is like, it's a big thing, like rapping for people, right? And that's I've used that. That's like really how I got in connected with RZA. Just I went up and rapped for him, and then I rapped for I rapped for these people. What I do know is that DMX had something technically in his. He had a condition in his
Mhm.
voice, so that's why he had that rasp his whole life, and he just used it to his advantage, which I think is a good lesson for
Right.
everyone. Is like this show, I mean, it wouldn't be the same if you guys both had the same views, you know what I'm saying? But the show works because you guys are different. And DMX wouldn't be the same rapper if he was just a different voice. I think everyone uses their voice, however it comes into society. I think
Right.
So yeah, man, DMX
like Alanis Morissette.
like like exactly. Let's just switch the conversation to Alanis Morissette.
We have a fan question. Okay, our fans are a little bit effed up in the head, so it's a little
Are there
strange.
a lot of people watching? Are we on Twitch? Are we on YouTube? Twitch?
So we're not on Twitch currently because we tried to do it for the first time and we fucking failed. So,
Okay.
Drake and I failed horribly, so sorry about that.
but we have a fan question.
You guys have one fucking job, man. One fucking job.
Don't fail.
We have 80 jobs.
You,
just
Jimmy,
show
you
up
got to
and hop
do
on
this
the
next
call.
time.
You're lucky I woke up for this.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So the question is, if you cloned yourself and you could change your clone's gender to whatever you'd like, would you have sex with your clone?
No,
fuck?
I wouldn't. I'm sorry.
fuck kind of fucking
one, I
listeners do we
wouldn't
have?
clone myself because that's just
Too much competition.
so, I think it's so narcissistic that I would just clone. I don't know. Maybe I'd hire somebody else to work for me or something like that, or like a friend.
I
get a
clone a hot
friend.
bitch just to fuck twins.
Yeah, that would be kind of
well-
cool. Or triplets.
I there is that movie Weird Science where that kind of
I
happens.
do remember
right?
that.
Yeah.
They make that chick.
Yeah,
And they turn
make that
the Chad into a frog or something like
yeah,
a brother. Yeah.
So basically, no, I wouldn't clone myself, nor would I clone. And even if I did, I would not clone myself to have sex with myself. No.
These are the
Dude,
fucking
I've
people.
done
These are
some-
your
I've done
followers,
some
Drake.
Weird things. I've done some weird sexual things in my life, but I will never do that.
What's the weirdest? I mean, what's the weirdest thing? I mean, since you're just like offering to tell us.
I would say, I think getting into I think falling in love on text messages is like pretty sad moment of my life for like relationships. And be like, I thought, we were together type stuff. And like,
And
no,
then
we
she
just
wants you to
text-
send your gift cards. Can you
Yeah,
send me gift cards?
I did send gift cards, but the point being is, I think I think that's an embarrassing thing. But I mean,
It was
maybe some of
embarrassing
your
because you found out it
fans-
was Jimmy Jew texting you.
I appreciate those gift
know.
cards. I appreciate those.
Yeah, yeah. So, but
How
no, I
about
think-
weird, not sad? Because we've all done that.
Oh,
about
we-
weird
oh,
stuff?
I haven't.
Chris is like, I'm just.
See what
actually
that ring
texting
says?
my-
You know,
what does it say?
Say I made myself a wedding ring because I'm not married. Made myself a wedding ring. It says "Fuck bitches, hustle, get money."
Okay. Yeah, well, I thought that would be on a pinky ring, but okay.
Oh no, I want to look like I'm married.
Put it on- Well, isn't it true if you wear a ring? Like I had a girl, she told me she wore a ring, and she says when you wear an engagement ring to work or something like that, like more people hit on you.
Oh yeah, definitely. You get way more and you get the bitches that want to leave after. You say, "Hey, my wife's gonna be here later." Okay, bounce.
You're right. But what does your girlfriend think about your ring?
Yeah.
Well, she likes it.
Okay.
Does she have a choice to like it or no? That's the real
You
question.
know, she never brought it up.
Oh, I saw that you're doing some stuff with New York. Is it Nico or Nico? I mean, I follow his
Yeah.
page, but is it Nico?
Yeah, New York Nico.
I saw that you've basically put up like some dating. You want to start dating some people. How's that going in New York City for you?
It's actually going good. This is the hat that I wore in the video. If you guys see that the video, you could show the video. I'm rapping on my red couch, which I brought out into the street. But I also found the couch in the street. Yeah, and I just basically put out an audition for Nico hit me up. He's like, "Yo, submit the video," and I'm like, "Okay, I'm gonna submit it, and I'm gonna make my dating video is gonna be better than anyone's dating video." Because the big thing, if anyone knows me here for many years, like I was just been single on tour, you know, and you just go and you meet people in like, I don't know, Boise, Idaho or something, or like,
Yeah.
you know, Greeley, Colorado. And you're like, okay, let's hang out after the show and get something, you know, and you hook up with somebody. And then I'm like, okay, now I'm 39. I should probably like try to, you know, I want to have kids and stuff like that, which I think is, you know, it's, I know it might not be normal for some of us in this chat, but maybe for me, I don't know, it's like something I will give it a try, you know. I know a lot of rappers that have kids, but I'm like, you know, I'm
I
gonna
don't,
join
think, I don't think you can give kids a try. It's not how that works.
exactly. You just have, yeah.
I did.
Right.
I gave him
As you
back.
see, that's why I auditioned for the show and I made this video. And I just you know, I rapped over Tina Turner's "What's Love Got to Do with It."
I'm trying to
Yeah.
find that. Is it just on your Instagram or is it on your
Yeah,
YouTube as
you
well?
could see you could see it on his. You could also see it on my Instagram and do one of them.
Got it. I'll
Um,
find it right now.
yeah, it's a pretty cool video. I did like the outtakes on mine where we recorded a bunch in Brooklyn, and yeah, I'm just like, you know what, this year I'm gonna date somebody. I've been working a lot on my like relationship issues with people and like why I don't have many successful relationships, but a lot of people know me. I think that's a case for many musicians that tour, you know what I'm saying? Or just like, oh, or anyone who like lives a very transient life of like, yo, I'm here, I'm in San Fran, I'm in Oakland, I'm in LA, I'm in
Right.
Vegas, I'm in Tucson, I'm in Albuquerque, and you're like, who lives here? Let me crash on their couch. So this
Right.
year I got my own place in Brooklyn. So you guys need a place to crash. You could crash at my place because I got 2 bedrooms with two
Hell yeah.
baths. You don't even have to use my
Nice.
bathroom. And then I have you know, I'm like, I'm gonna try dating people and maybe find you know, somebody who wants to dress up in a bunny
surrogate.
outfit with me.
Yeah.
Yes, a surrogate. Yes.
What kind of women do you like? Do you have any suggestion? Like, what are your top 3 like things that you need in a girl so that we can help you?
Well, Jewish
Born female,
mom,
still female.
Jewish girl. Doing looking for a
Jewish?
Jewish girl,
Okay.
right? Not a drug addict. You know, like that's a big.
No.
Yeah, we just don't want girls who are drug addicts. And
Can they
someone who
drink?
is- I'm kind of like I think for me I don't drink, so it's sort of new to me. Even like I would, let's say I'm not even at the point like going out with someone long enough. Like I don't want to make out with drunk girls. You know what I'm saying? So because like I've done that and it just doesn't work.
And
So,
you're 16 years, you said, right?
yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. 16 years sober.
Damn.
Yeah. So it's just for me. It's like,
Bravo.
thank you, man.
I'm hungover right now.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I don't think
Have
we'll
to
ever
tell
get
us,
to
we knew.
16.
No, I'm like
no, and
literally
I'm all
hungover.
for other people like doing it, but it definitely if they have you know issues with it for dating, I don't really want to do it. You know what I'm saying? Because there's plenty of healthy people out there too. So if I
Yep.
waited this long, fellas, why not just get the right one? You know, so might as well find him from the Drake and Jimmy Jew show. You know what I mean?
I
The
mean, these
wrong
days,
place to look.
yeah, and these days you goddamn near sit back and wait for some motherfucker to die just to get a good chick. All the good chicks are taken.
Damn
Well,
straight.
there's a lot of Jewish girls in New York, so I'm like, hey, you know, and it's been working. So I'd love for you guys to see. Did you find the video?
I have somebody. I did find the video, but I have somebody that I think that she is a violin player. She's actually been on this show before, and
She's
she's not-
violent.
she's a violin. No, she's not.
Yeah, she's violent too. No.
She's not. No, but she's one of my good friends. We went to college together. She's a amazing musician. Lives in Los Angeles. Used to live in New York, but she loves Jewish culture. She's been to Israel many times, and she strictly only dates Jewish men. But she is not Jewish. And I
Mhm.
think she would want to convert once she found somebody like to marry. So I don't know. Would you consider someone like that? That's
I wouldn't just because like I just need like it's just that's like a really complicated thing I would say.
yeah.
But I'm sure if she's like a hot violinist that went to school with you, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure she'll have no problem in LA finding there's lots of lovely Jewish men in LA that would want to date a girl like that. You know what I'm saying?
LA, the dating here is all my friends who are females here are most of them are single and they have shit luck here.
Yeah, that's
It's
Right.
crazy.
crazy.
Smash that somebody came down there, they weren't having it.
I'm always gonna refer back to what would Jimmy the Jew's
What would Jimmy
girlfriend
Jew do?
think? What would his girlfriend think?
You would do it.
I would but I do want to say that once I put this video out, I reconnected with some woman that had met me before because Nico has I would say he has a nice amount of Jewish women that follow him, and they reached out, so it's cool. And people are like, "Yo, what's popping?" Like, I think people are like, it's Vax Girl Summer, where everyone's getting, everyone's just trying to meet people and shit. So,
Vax Girl Summer.
So I heard someone say that the other night, and I was like, "All right, I'm gonna use that."
I just got a fucking text about the vaccine saying
did?
it's available in my area. I'm like, fuck, eat a dick, motherfucker. Getting that fucking Nazi shit.
Oh,
I'm getting mine.
God.
I'm getting mine on the 21st.
Well, Chris, you're not the fuck. You're a Biden supporter too. It makes sense.
Well, I just talked to my brother who's an Orthodox Jew, and he's like, I'm gonna wait, to see. And he wears a mask and the whole thing. I'm all about making people comfortable. I'm not like, I had it in March. So like when I had it, March, like the first March, not this past March, when I had it, people were like, if I like the only one who had it was like Tom Hanks. So I'm like, I'm not want to like send out a press release like, oh my Kosha Dillz has fucking the coronavirus, And I thought to myself, I didn't even tell anybody. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, I'm not telling people because I don't want to get like extradited from like Earth.
Right.
People were like getting canceled for getting. I was just weird. It was a weird time.
Yeah, you're like a child molester if you have it. Like that's what they were basically telling. Like Tom Hanks is like, child sex trafficking, and he doesn't actually have coronavirus.
No, those are
I had corona.
Those I don't know. Well, yeah, there's that whole I don't know what
Pizzagate
that was crazy.
Anyways, are you gonna show the?
Yeah, I'm gonna play the video right now.
Here we go. Before we get into like anti-vaxxers here and shit. I don't want to go there, guys.
Flat Earth comes back. Yeah.
I think we should just stay away from that.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Oops. Where did it go?
Pull the couch in the middle of the street.
Yeah, nice and red. Never ever gonna leave your text in red. I'm trying to be the king in your queen size bed. And my credit score 800, girls say less. Currently in Bushwick, Brooklyn. And I'm trying to take my baby girl to Jerusalem. You know I got a crazy image, but I'm 39, baby girl. I'm trying to put a baby in it. Try to be fly too, no hair, Jewish football. You need a good man to stand beside you, so take advantage quick. When I rap a bit, ice cream man coming, advantages, and I speak 3 languages. So what? Shalom, Spanish, Hebrew, hola. So buck thick in the town, getting disturbed from all these things around. But between you and me, I do it beautifully. Cruise the scene for all of my people. New York City wedding, I do. Don't worry about what we're gonna do in the future. It's me and you, baby, let's do this. Sing it. What's love got to do with it? Tag some Jewish chicks in the comment section. Thanks. Yeah, nice and red.
That was great.
Found that couch on the street in New York.
Yes. Yep.
That's a nice ass fucking couch.
That's a nice ass couch.
So we took the couch, obviously, and then I've been having it, and then I'm like, let's bring it in the street and then do it for this video, because Nico has some creative guys, and now we have like a little community of like people that can't get dates, and we have like the Nico Connections like Instagram group where everyone's like, yo, is anyone go? Because all of our DMs got hit up by people like, we love you, you're like. And it was straight up, like it was the opposite of online dating. They're like, yo, you're fly, like let's meet, like straight up. And you're like, yo, you're like, this is like actually attractive person in my DM, which like doesn't really happen. And if you look at my DM, like I'm never taking pictures with women. I think it's like, and I like dated a girl who I met on Instagram, and now you like delete them off. It's like a whole thing, and I haven't had a girlfriend in like ages. Like a decade. So that's like when I I was just like being honest. So I'm like, okay, now that people know that, now what? You know what I'm saying? So I just put myself out there, see what the fuck happens. If I'm willing to dress up as a bunny rabbit on a train and rap at almost 40, right. I'm willing to do this. So,
Right. Or you can do what I did, just get a boat. You have a girlfriend like that.
Oh yeah, and yeah, dude. I've been on some boats.
And you can have like a belly. It's cool,
You got a boat, like a straight up boat?
A big ass fucking boat.
And a belly.
No, I don't have a belly no more. Corona got rid of that. Coronavirus got rid of my belly.
Really?
You got like a V8 40-foot boat, like.
It's a 502 big block in it.
Do you like go fishing? Like, what's your thing?
No, it's a speedboat. It's a power boat.
Okay.
Like an offshore.
Nice. So you just
little cabin downstairs. Oh, dude, dude, Saturday was hose don't get cold on the Delta. Dude, it was just fucking boats with stripper poles on it was just off the fucking hook. It was fuck. It was crazy.
Is that like just like a bunch of American flags and fishermen and like
Oh, dude, all
Milwaukee's
Trump
best?
flags and shit. It's badass.
Republicans. Yeah, you were about to say
Yeah.
it, Kosha. It's okay to say it. Yes, it's a
No,
bunch of
it's okay.
Republicans.
Well, yeah, because
Well, we got your Democrat heads and your Republicans, and everyone
Yes,
just gets
sir.
together, and you know.
Democrats can't afford boats, so it's just
No, I
Republicans out
mean,
there.
yeah, I would say I actually have a friend who has a boat, but I don't think he votes himself. I don't think he even cares. You know, I think if you're making enough money to have a like whatever, like he has like a yacht, and I'm just like, well, if you're making enough money to have a yacht, like voting is just voting. You know, that's it. You're just checking a box. Shouldn't you know?
Oh, that's
Everyone
cool.
gets
Yeah.
an opportunity to check the
Well, my buddy's
box.
boats too. He goes, how much go to like from here to Frisco, which ain't too far from us. I'm close to San Francisco. He goes, that's about $2,500 in gas to get there and back. I go, just to get there and back? I mean, it's like 2 hours each way. I go, he goes, dude, if you have to think about your gas, you shouldn't have a fucking yacht. I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah, no, that's a fact. Now, let me ask you something, Jimmy. Like, do you obviously have a motorcycle? Yeah.
Yeah, a few Harleys.
Do you have like the old Harley Davidson T-shirts from like back in the day?
I don't. I used to a long time ago.
It's a real big thing in like vintage fashion. Everyone's
Yes.
buying it. It's
Old
huge.
Levi's. I have friends that do those, have those stores that do that. The old
Mhm.
hipsters.
Like like in New York, they're selling for like I saw like a Harley Davidson shirt for like it was like Harley Davidson Kuwait, and I was like, oh, that's badass. I need that shit. I like anything that's really like old Hebrew shirts. Like so, if there's like Harley Davidson in Hebrew or anything like that,
I
think
had
it's
one of those shirts. The back was in
Have you
Hebrew.
been to Israel before?
I haven't. I've been all over Europe, mostly over Europe and South America.
I went actually. It was really interesting. I went to obviously Poland. I just did. Yeah, I went. My family's Polish Jew, so I went with my mom to concentration camps. I did a show there with Matisyahu at a Jewish festival, which is really interesting because the Jewish festivals in Poland, people dress up. There's like people who dress up as Jews, and no one's Jewish, so it's like really weird because
That
it's
is weird.
It is kind of weird, right? So, but there's a obviously because there's huge Jewish culture there everyone was killed, but still like they try to celebrate it, and a lot of people are like dedicated to it. So I went there, performed with him, and then I went to Krakow. I was in Warsaw. My family's Warsaw Jews. And we went to the concentration camps with my parents, with my mom and my great aunt. And one time we went there, there was an angel like it was a convention in Poland, and all the like, angels from like Montreal. So I met a bunch of bikers in the concentration camps, and the guy that I was with from JCC Krakow and like the rabbi was like introducing people from the Angels of like Montreal, like all the dudes with the biker jackets to the Holocaust survivors, which I thought was a cool. It was another random thing that I saw that I was like I think that seeing shit like that is just as cool as seeing DMX rap with me, or I was like, whoa, here's the Hell's Angels and fucking from Montreal, which I didn't know there was Canadian biker gangs. Obviously, I'm an idiot, but like
Clubs. They're not gangs, they're clubs.
Clubs, yeah, clubs. So, I didn't think there was this, and the guys, it was just like really. I just didn't think there were. Yeah, I didn't think there was motorcycles in Canada. It's Canada. So, and I'm like, yo, this is epic. This is like a really interesting thing. I was thinking about that just the other day.
It's weird when I was in Germany. We're on trains and stuff, and the Germans will deny the concentration camps. That was American propaganda. I'm like, no, it's not, dude. That's fucking real shit.
Really?
When I was with the Germans, like, no, it's American propaganda. I'm going,
yeah.
And some of them actually fucking believe it. I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
That's actually illegal. It's illegal to have any Holocaust denial in Germany. You could go to prison for 3 years, and that's like. I mean,
I know it's illegal having any of that swastika stuff. Like you can get, even saying the name Hitler, you can get in trouble over there.
Yep.
Like it's
they banish. Here it's like I think there was a White Lives Matter protest the other day, which one person showed up. And it was like, and the dude had Air Jordans on, and then the police escorted him to get a cab, and it was just a big thing in New York. And I thought to myself, it's very like such hatred in America is like so privileged. It's like you like want like maybe you just need attention, and you're not even you're like this neo. It's. I just looked at it. I was like, this is like a privileged hater. Like he wants so much attention, and of course, unfortunately, he's gonna get it because he's the only one there. And at the Trump Plaza, which I don't even think Trump like has anything to do with, but of course it has like the visual. And I thought, like, man, this shit is sad, dude. So, anyways, I don't even want to talk about. I'd rather talk about music.
In Huntington Beach, there was yesterday, I think it was in South Orange County by the beach. There was a White Lives demonstration, and there was a lot more than one person, which is so sad because that's where I'm from, and it's despicable. But yeah, let's talk about some music.
Yep. There you go.
What do you
Yeah.
have going on in the future? Any shows that we can be like looking out for? How does everyone find you and everything like
This
that?
is
Tell us
my
all.
Oh,
new
she's
album.
ready.
I have the vinyl here.
I know too.
Nobody cares except you, which if you guys have a record player, I'll send to you. And I got it made in Minnesota. Shout out to Copycats.
Woo!
And there's Matisyahu Gangsta Boo. It's pretty dope. And that's my new album. And yeah, I dropped it during the pandemic, which is what's happening now, in October.
It sucked for touring for musicians, but man, people got so much more music to get out, and people are sitting nothing to do, listen to music. I think it was
Podcast.
It had some goods about it.
Yeah, listen, I've gone viral more times in the past 4 months than I did in 4 years, maybe 6 years. But I'm just really honestly, like, with the new stuff that's happening with the Instagram stuff, like where I'm meeting all these new people because of having a video that's getting out there like this. I'm just taking a whole different approach to touring in general. Like, I have just a different show. It's like, it's not just me like this rapping. It shouldn't ever. It's gonna be the same thing. I want it to be just as cool, so that a band sees all these things and they're like, we should take this guy out on tour. He's gonna come out as Moses and the Bunny Rabbi,
Right.
and he's gonna have a band. Like, Moses in a band is gonna be fucking insane.
So
Like,
sick.
Right?
Yeah, and big bands are going to want to take it out, even though I might not be able to sell a bunch of tickets, but people are all going to have their phones out and tagging everybody more
Right.
because it's happening. Just even if I'm doing 2 songs as Moses, it's going to, it's like, it's amazing. And it's so easy to travel.
It's entertaining, that's super important. A lot of rappers are not entertaining. It's like they sound good on, I guess, you might think they sound good on like an album, but when you see them live, it's just like they got a fucking DJ behind them and they're mumbling something to the mic, and it's so boring. But when I watch you, it's like you're entertaining and I'm having a good time.
Right. Or you do some cover songs and have one called Nuns and Moses.
Actually, yeah. I've done stuff like I have. Yeah, no, I know. I would be like, I think I need like someone to come up. I need to have like an outfit for the crowd that's gonna dress up like my original thing was like pickles, right? If everyone was wearing pickle suits at the Kosha Dillz show. There's another group that's sort of inspiring to this, where they all wear a little bit of fake stuff. They're called Turquoise Jeep. I highly recommend you check out Turquoise Jeep. They had a song called Smang It, and the guy looks like the dude from Pootie Tang, Flint Flossie, and they had a huge uproar, and people like to see people dressed in costume. I don't think that's a cheap thing, but like rapping with DMX or RZA, like, I'm never going to be an icon like that, and that's okay. And the fact that Jizza from Wu-Tang posted the Moses is a prime example that if Jizza from Wu-Tang posts me on all his socials, like Jimmy posted, that means that a character is going to be liked by everybody. So no one who's super hip hop could say anything because I've been co-signed. They're posting stuff that I thought of that is like, and I put out a whole album. You know what I'm saying? It's like my fifth album, and hopefully, like, people will be able to transfer from there onto the stuff that is more my heart stuff.
Yeah.
But this stuff too, it fulfills me too, man. So if anyone's out there listening, I'm saying I'm ready to play the festival. Like, whether I'm the opening act, I'm down.
Are they having anything out there yet?
Like in
Arizona or Vegas, are getting ready to do something. Florida, they're doing something.
Vegas, do something. I'm definitely going to Vegas to like Life is Beautiful and performing as Moses on the street. So if you guys want to go there, like, we're definitely all going.
It's an hour flight for me.
Yeah, and I'm down to do that and go as Moses in the casino and just do that. You know what I mean? And I think people will love it. So hopefully the festivals will be like, want to see. I'm doing a new music video with all the characters in it for my song "Is It Me," and I think that will be like, yo, are you gonna rap as all these things like on tour? So if that music video blows up and it's really high to do with us, its success, hopefully, I'll get booked on these fucking tours. But
Fuck yeah.
I'd rather just, it's hard for me as, like I said, as an artist, if you want to date and you're just like, stay at home. Like if it's not worth it to leave, you know, stay, you know what I'm saying? And, I don't have the huge following yet, but like if I get a good opportunity, I think, you know what I'm saying? I'll come out as
I
Iration
think Moses,
opening
you're
for
calling.
Moses.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the thing
Moses,
is
you're
cool about
calling.
Moses is that my big thing, like I really love fighting anti-Semitism on the right, the left. I like fighting all of it. You know what I'm saying? Because I think Jews have always been like scapegoats. And Moses is like, he's Jewish, obviously, and the Bunny Rabbi is Jewish. And if people like that, then all of a sudden they're like they like Jews. You know, I saw a sign that says if you like bagels, you can't hate Jews because bagels come from, you know, Jews in Poland, right? And all those things is like ultimately like my deeper message on it, and that's if that's what it takes to, you know, fucking stand for what I always stand for anyway, and it gets the message, let's go. Let's do it. I'll rap on Jimmy's boat as Moses. I don't care. We'll go Moses.
You could definitely come out. Hey, you could definitely come out and rap on my boat.
All right, let's do it.
You're gonna catch anything except a Jewish girl. You're probably gonna catch chlamydia, and you'll catch crabs if you go inside of the water.
Yeah. No, you might get something in the dirty D though. I definitely wouldn't go in there if any cuts or anything.
You guys had Sheehan on here. What was his take on the live music? I saw like it's coming back.
He's
right?
doing dry diggings this year. It's up by me up in Placerville, and the next year they're gonna open up for Cali Roots.
Yeah, so like, you know, those are the things that I did Coachella in 2019, the last one. I was a guest rapping in Spanish and Hebrew.
Did you get herpes there too?
No,
I heard everybody there caught herpes.
I had it before, just like COVID. So
Ahead of the game. Ahead of the game.
So
can't get it twice.
Whatever, yeah. Coronavirus, or what are we talking about here? So I thought to myself, like, yo, if I could appear at these festivals, and you know, before, dude, festivals, people want to be entertained now more than they even want to be entertained. It won't be too long. It'll probably take a year before music people become dickheads again and talk shit to younger artists and be like, like here comes Kosha Dillz. Because I've gotten that a lot. But you know, if you're resilient and you got some balls, you could. I'm gonna find my way onto those big stages. And I think my songs are good enough that they need to be heard by everybody. You know what I'm saying?
We'll definitely get right out for Moses.
Yeah, I think people are definitely want to come out for Moses. And
yes,
they come out for Moses and they see that you're not going to be Moses the whole time. They're going to be okay. But they're like, Moses.
Right.
Yeah. And that's amazing that people were chanting my name when that guy came down to fight me, like at his, you know.
The taco truck.
Yeah, by the taco truck. So, you know, come back to that story. And I was like, yo, I could get people chanting Moses that are all black and Puerto Ricans and Dominicans.
Right.
It is, if you think about that, I don't care who you vote for or what religion you are.
Right.
It's just dope.
You brought it all together.
Yeah, man.
That's good shit.
Well, dude, Kosha Dillz, man, we really appreciate you coming on our show. And anytime you have anything, we're going to share it. Jimmy's going to share it on his page if it's not getting banned by Instagram, which it is currently.
Is it currently banned right now?
I just posted something on our page and got fucking kicked off. I'm like,
yeah, he's going to get our page now banned.
Oh, my God.
So I have to take a couple weeks off.
I have a question because I was making something with my homie. So there's a couple people I want to shout out. Obviously, you showed the New York Nico stuff. And my homie, so there's a dude named Spider Cuz. So Moses got on the show called Side Talk NYC, which I highly recommend you guys follow. And I did like evangelical Judaism where this guy wanted to be blessed for smoking weed. So I did this and he had a convulsion. And I met Spider Cuz. Spider Cuz also does some renegade stuff, and his page got taken down. Like, why does that? Is that because people start reporting you because they're like, oh, I hate Jimmy.
Yeah.
The piece of, whatever. And they're like, I don't even care if it's just Jimmy going to get a meatball sub and it's like a girl like eating a meatball sub. And you're like, she's just having a sandwich.
There was no reason to take this post down. Some of them are animal posts. Some of them are animal posts that were taken down.
Right.
I report Jimmy all the time. I report him every other day.
No, but is it because you have secret haters, so you have to go on private, right?
All the anti-Trumpers out there.
Right.
That's why I report him.
But whether anti-Trump or not, it's just literally somebody reporting you, and then they take it down and they say reporting you for whatever reason. So how do you clean that out? Could they ever
go on there for a while? They have. I had one at 500,000 followers. They got rid of that.
And they just how many times does it take to delete it?
I don't know what I do when I start seeing them getting deleted. The posts get deleted. I just take like a 2-week break off it, and then usually I go back and it's cool for a little while.
Right, and then okay, so you just got to kind of keep it low key for a little bit.
Yeah, I let the heat die down. I blow the heat up on our page.
Right,
on our podcast page.
Because I posted a DMX thing on my, obviously the raps you heard him rapping, and then he just muted the audio, and that was like the first time that ever happened to me. Probably because he said the N word or whatever like that.
Oh, it could be.
TikTok, man.
Instagram is getting insane. We do a me and Chris have we produce some other podcasts, and one of them is a food podcast, and her and all of her friends are getting censored for talking about certain things like the vaccine, or even like, it's good for you to go and get vitamin D and vitamin C and maybe lose some pounds. But Instagram is censoring that because why? Who knows? I guess they're saying it's bad for people to get healthy. It's absolutely insane.
It's offensive. Oh my God.
Well, yeah, they
that's the anti-Trump people.
Yeah, I
Jimmy,
don't know what it is,
not.
but they're like, but anytime someone posts anything, on the internet, anything about getting anything with coronavirus, there's like a health thing that comes up. And I just saw somebody post something that's like, get healthy, don't just take a vaccine, like eat health. Like it was just on top of it. It was sort of like a comparison. It wasn't saying no or yes, but it flagged it. And it says, do you want to see this or not? It's false information. And I'm like, oh shit. Okay. So they got people, they hired a whole new staff while this was happening just for that, I guess. Because I contacted someone at Instagram and I'm like, yo, I'm making content. I'm pretty wholesome. Like I don't curse on my thing in my raps like that. Cause I know, schools are seeing it and stuff like that. Right. And I want to teach rap at schools. So they're like, it never happened to me when I work with someone and they get flagged. You know what I mean? I'm just like, yo, why is you getting flagged? But you think it's because people are reporting it.
Yeah. Haters.
Word. Okay. It's not because it's not just random. Like no one reports it, then it wouldn't get flagged.
So once in a while they stay up all the time. It's weird. I'll go to the same ones and post them like on my other page. It won't get taken down. Like
right. So it's got to keep them on private. Okay.
Yeah. So that's why I keep them on private too.
Cool, and I see people I'm looking forward to being on there, and
you'll definitely be back on there.
Dude. Yeah, I was hoping like the DMX, the Bunny. I mean, it's all good. It's there's so much. We got so much. The astronaut will definitely be great.
I can't wait for that one.
Yeah, I got to show you guys a preview like off this, but it's gonna be sick.
We'd love to see it. Send it over.
And so tell us how they can get a hold of you.
Yes. So, as you guys, I don't know if this pops up here, where it says Kosha Dillz, KOSHADILLZ. It's my Instagram. My website is koshadillsworld.com. If you're a teacher and you want to do like Zoom rap classes or anything, or want me to do team building for your small business, I've been doing that a lot because people see my renegade raps and like, so just hit me up. Everything is Twitter, Kosha Dillz. Facebook is Kosha Dillz, spelled different. It's like spaced out. And yeah, man, if you guys are wanting to be part of my text club, it's 732-335-7573. You text it. You could be part of my text list that I never really send text, but you could be on it. And
that's like us.
Part of an yeah,
we have a newsletter and never send any newsletters out.
I just signed up for your newsletter. Actually,
excellent.
Oh yeah. But it's important because like it's a more direct, like way of conversating, I guess. And I think, Spotify, it's really big if you guys subscribe to Spotify and follow on the YouTube and just dig in, man. You know what I'm saying? Nobody Cares Except You is a new album. Listen to it. Oh, yeah. And nobody does care except you. I mean, that's true.
Man, appreciate you coming on. Definitely send your new stuff. Send me some stuff I can post on there. 1 minute clips on mine. I'll be back on there probably by next week.
Okay, yeah, you never know. So I'll keep posted to see when they ban you or not. And I'm looking forward to continuing our politically incorrect conversations.
Absolutely.
And yeah, man, it's a pleasure to be on the show, and I hope to do some more stuff for you guys. And shout out to my boy Kyle Smith, who was on here earlier today. That's a good dude.
He's actually coming on in 10 minutes. We're gonna have him on.
Okay, he's the man. He's a good dude.
He's the dude. We're stoked to have him on. And dude, thank you so much. And we'll get you on very soon again.
Cool, man. All right, guys.
Cool. Mad love, pimp.